Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another speed build, and we're going to be creating a fairly small, I don't think this is quite a tiny house, but kind of inspired by that, A-frame cabin on the island in Windenburg on my favorite lot, which is called Mid-Nowhere. I love building here. It's just a very small lot. It's got gorgeous views. There's just so much nature all around, and of course the actual shoreline, and it's just a really cute, cozy space, and I don't think I've built an A-frame in a while. So I was kind of feeling like this would be a fun idea. I did start this over on Twitch a couple of weeks ago, just the beginning stages of it, and I was just experimenting, trying to come up with an interesting shape and make this a more unique A-frame. So I don't know if I achieved that or not, but you can see me playing around with the shape here, getting various bump outs, kind of layering the A shape in the front, and we're actually going to be adding to it over on this side as well. And I think this home comes out really cool in the end. It is a very modern take on an A-frame. I have a lot of more modern furniture in here and like a mixture of modern and more traditional windows. So you'll see that as it starts to come together. And actually, I used a lot of the new Modern Luxe kit in this build, at least in the upstairs portion, and of course the curtains. I love it so much. I started building this before that kit came out, but I feel like it really helped bring this whole home together, and I'm excited for you to see that. Also, these windows from Horse Ranch, so perfect inside this house. I love them so much. And actually, one of the most challenging parts of this house was the floor plan. You'll see when we get inside that it looks like I'm not going to be able to fit anything. And it took an embarrassing amount of time to figure out the floor plan in this home. I think I cut out a good chunk of it because no matter where I put the stairs, it felt like they took up the entire house. And I figured it out in the end, and I love the layout in here. I feel like it works. It makes so much sense, and it ends up being really cute in the end. So this is going to be just a one-bedroom little A-frame cabin. It is like a lofted bedroom upstairs. It doesn't have a door to it or anything. And if you do like this build and you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi, and you could also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So just working on the landscaping now, grabbing a lot of trees and shrubs and stuff that you can see in the surrounding area of the world of Windenburg. I do that a lot in my builds where I grab plants that look like they would match the area, but these plants in particular, I feel like I use in almost every build. I just love the landscaping that came with this world. The get-together stuff is so nice, and at this point I decided to add a little bit of a pond to make this area look slightly more interesting, kind of tuck this building over the water, having some stilted foundation, and I think that added a lot to this lot. I think it's really cozy. I also think this build would look so nice in the autumn. I didn't build it in autumn, but that's because I'm trying not to make every build I do in autumn because I'm so excited for the fall. I will be having some coming up that will be like more autumnal inspired. I started on one a couple of weeks ago and I've been slowly working on it, even though it's not that big. I don't know why it's taking me so long, but I'm going to try so hard not to make every build in October next month autumn or Halloween inspired, but it's really hard because it's my favorite time of year, and I'm going to be wanting to do that, but there'll be some. So if you have any suggestions you would like to see, please leave those in the comments. But anyway, the outside of this is pretty much at almost its final shape. Over on the right side of the build, I'm going to actually be extending that bump out on the top level and adding a balcony over on that side so you can look out at the water from that side of the house, which I think worked nice. And then we're also adding a big front deck that's partially over the water here too for some nice lounging space. And this is part of the reason why I don't think this is a tiny house. We have like a bunch of outdoor space. I'm using a lot of flooring to support the roof pieces. So I don't think this is a tiny house, but who knows? It might be. I just wasn't really planning for it to be. I just wanted it to be on the smaller side. And I feel like I've been building tiny houses for a really long time, way before tiny living came out. So a lot of times when I create tiny spaces, I'm not really calling them that based on the tile count, just based on the general perceived size, if that makes sense. But anyway, I liked how I had this piece supporting the roof over here. It allowed us to have those big windows without the roof fearing with them, and then having some nice lounge space. So we have a couple of lounge chairs out here. I'm also going to get a couch and a couple of chairs using the ones from the Desert Luxe kit, which I think work nicely here. I really love that kit, and I think that paired with the Modern Luxe kit works so nicely together. And the good thing is there's a couple of items that are very specific to being in a desert environment from the Desert Luxe kit, but most of it you can use anywhere. And it's just really nice items. That's a kit I really enjoy, and I've been enjoying a lot of kits lately. But on that subject, I am so excited that we're finally getting another stuff pack. That is so wild to me. If you missed that, there was announcements yesterday about us getting a new stuff pack coming soon. The trailer drops tomorrow. It's called the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, and basically waffle makers, new kitchen sets, like new gameplay. I'm very excited to see more. There'll be a trailer reaction, I'm sure, tomorrow on that, where we like break down and point out all of the new items. I'm very excited about it. But I don't know, we're getting a new stuff pack. That's wild. Like I can't believe that, and I can't wait to build with it. I assume it'll probably come out this month because I know it's been a couple of years since we got a stuff pack, but I'm pretty sure the general structure was like announcement and then like a week later it came out. So we shall see. But I'm really excited about that one. So I hope you are too. And we can discuss that in the comments if you'd like to. But anyway, that deck space is finally pretty much finished up now. And we're working on some more landscaping, getting lots of greenery around this pond. And I think I'm going to be changing the watercolor of the ponds in a little bit as well. I don't remember which one I put it to. I want to say it's the one with the leaves in it, just because it looks so natural and like in the woodsy area, which is where this is, in like the woods on the island. I also used a lot of these rocks that came in the like Live Edit Objects catalog to tuck into the ground to make the transition into the water look a little bit more natural. And then we got a couple of these other rocks here to walk you up to the front of the property. Yeah, there is the water I ended up grabbing. It just looks so nice. I really, really enjoyed this space. I think it came out really pretty in the end. And it was just really refreshing to do something that I hadn't done in a while, being like an A-frame in the middle of the woods. And I hadn't built on this lot in a bit either, which is interesting since it's like my favorite lot in the game. But over here is where I have been. I said I was going to make this come out a little bit further, so I'm putting some support beams under it, and then I will be actually adding a balcony under it as well. And then I'm trying to change up the window up here. I wasn't happy with it. I tried a bunch of different ones. I think I cut out some of that footage, but I ended up going with this one in the end from Snowy Escape. I just thought it looked so nice, and it added that little bit of interest to the build where it wasn't just all big, simple modern windows. We have this really beautiful, intricate piece. So I used that, and then we're getting some of these string lights from the Toddler Stuff Pack. These are some of my favorites to add as well. I feel like they just add a lot of personality to a space and make it like really cozy and comforting. So added those out on the balcony for these Sims to enjoy when they're dining outside or relaxing, especially at night. It would be so, so pretty. Also, apologies if you can hear the rain outside my window. It just started downpouring. It's been a really rainy last week or so, and it's kind of hard to find a time to record a voiceover where it's not downpouring. So hopefully that isn't too loud. I know that can be kind of distracting sometimes. But anyway, this little space over here, which I'm going to call a balcony, even though it's not on the second floor, it is raised up ever so slightly because of the water underneath. So it feels like it's kind of not just a regular porch. And also there's no stairs leading off of it. You're just kind of there and you can go back into the house from that space. Out there, I do end up putting a yoga mat and meditation stool. And now you can see how the stairs are taking up like half the downstairs. And I was like, oh no, how am I going to figure out this floor plan? At first, I was thinking the kitchen could be over here, but then I didn't know where to put the living room. I was messing around with where a table could go, and it just wasn't really working. And then I thought, oh, I could put the kitchen in this little nook. And then I thought the dining table there, but I decided against that. And that's actually going to be where the bathroom goes, which worked so much better. I really like that. And then so we have to put a door there, and then I move the table to be over by the other windows over here by the balcony space. The the couch ends up being where I put it. And then we have a little archway into the stairwell and then an office nook over in the corner. It worked out so well. I really wasn't sure how I was going to make this work, but I'm so glad I fiddled with it for a while because that first floor plan I had just was not it. And so I'm glad that I played around with it. I also extended the counter space into this room. We end up with a frame TV, which I think is quite fun. That's a new piece that we got from the Modern Luxe kit as well. And this beautiful fireplace from Horse Ranch. I like how small it is. I really enjoyed that one. And I thought this couch was so pretty too. I put that down as a placeholder to begin with. It's the couch from the Book Nook kit, but it ended up working perfectly in here because I once again went with this like brown and black color scheme inside this modern cabin. It's one of my favorite color schemes for modern homes, and I thought it made a lot of sense with a house that has like a log cabin feel to it. So that's what I decided to do here, and I think it's so pretty. So yeah, just figuring out our fridge in the kitchen and moving the cabinets around so we have plenty of storage in here. I ended up doing the same thing I did in the apartment that I created with the Modern Luxe kit, where on these little counter pieces that are wrapped outside of the kitchen, I end up putting the record player that we just got with that kit. I know we didn't place it down yet, but I love that piece. I'm so glad that we have it now. I feel like it's going to be in almost all of my builds, having a really beautiful record player that is more realistic to modern day, I suppose. Because before this, I think the only one we had in game was from Get Famous, and it was a whole cabinet piece that was more retro inspired. Some people have them, but it's not like your everyday household, and it takes up a lot of space. And it's a really cool piece, but I am so glad to have this suitcase version. So nice. And then we're moving here into the bathroom. I used a standing shower from Seasons, I'm pretty sure. It's a more industrial looking shower, but I thought it looked so pretty in this space. And it's not one I use that often because I tend to go for shower tub combos. So that way you have a place to bathe your dog or to bathe a baby if you need to, or just take a bath because why not? But in this space, I decided to go with the shower because I thought it was really pretty and it's nice to change it up sometimes. So that's what I decided to do here. And then I'm just getting a plant in the corner, some towels, some artwork, and a place to hang up your bathrobes. And that should be pretty much it for this bathroom other than some tiling. And we're moving out to where the dining table is going to go and the entryway table. So I just used this one from base game that I really like and put a nice simple mirror up above it. And I get a couple of decorations up there. I'm pretty sure just like a plant. I ended up using this one, which is just some sticks. I think it's so nice. And I faced it so it's sort of framing the mirror. I thought that was a nice look, and some books up there as well. And of course, I needed to get the temperature controls and fire alarm, which I tend to put by the front door just so they're easier to find. So just grabbing those real quick here. And then I ended up with this base game table, which I love. It is so sleek. And of course, using those new curtains from Modern Luxe absolutely everywhere. I love them. They are so perfect. I'm so glad that they came in a plain black and white swatch, not just everything with gold, because they are so much more versatile now. And I love how realistic they look, how they kind of get, they're not perfectly straight up and down. They actually kind of go in a little bit on the bottom. They look so much more realistic that way. But I just kind of talked over our little desk nook. Nothing too exciting over there. I just wanted to have a space for your Sims to use the computer, sit down at a desk. And then this is going to be that balcony space. So I did get a barbecue out here. We're also going to get our outdoor trash can. So that's kind of hidden away. And then I should be getting the meditation stool and the yoga mat. So your Sims have some activities. And I feel like this would just be such a peaceful space to do that. You're in the middle of nowhere on the island in Windenburg. It's just so cozy. So I liked that idea. And then we're back inside getting a plant on this little table under the TV and a little bowl as well. And then we should be heading on upstairs to our one and only bedroom, which is so beautiful. I love how it came out. We're not there yet though, because I forgot to add a trash can down here. Always got to remember to add that so your Sims aren't, having to go outside to throw things out. But at first I just had thrown a placeholder bed up here. I don't end up keeping this one, but it helped to lay out the space. So I do have a built-in wardrobe over on one side of the room. And then I'm using this new double bed from the Modern Luxe kit and really bringing in a lot of those textures from the outside of the build, the stones and the wood paneling. Also using those curtains again and getting some more hanging plants. I think this whole space is very luxurious, very modern, which makes sense for, the kit I'm using for a lot of what's up here. But combining it with a lot of other items from other packs, I thought it just worked so nicely. And I feel like this would be a nice home for somebody to live in, or a vacation home. I could see this as a rental. I wasn't fully really imagining it either way. I feel like it could go either way. Oh, and this dresser from Seasons was so perfect. It matches beautifully in here. But just getting a couple more decorations before we head on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more. And click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy those screenshots. Bye, everyone.